Hi, this is Sean Spence, CEO of Armchair Telethon, and this is another installment of Armchair Diary, Story of an Entrepreneur. Today I want to talk about something that I've dealt with an awful lot over the years. And I need to explain something, and something that some of you may have wondered about, certainly a lot of people have wondered about, and I get questioned about a lot. And that is, why do I move so fast in business? Why do I always go for fast growth? Why do I always set tight timelines? Not always, but certainly when I'm getting something started, I set very tight timelines. I say, we're gonna get started in a week, we're gonna get started in a month, we're gonna, whatever it is. So for example, when I launched Every Event Gives, where I ended up raising about $350,000 over a couple of small investor rounds. And the reason that we were able to raise that money, which then helped it become a growing company that had a real chance of surviving, and which it is today, I think that odds are actually really good. That's going to be a very successful company now, in large part, thanks to Armchair Telethon. But a big reason why people were so quick to support it was because from the time I had the idea and really decided to pull the trigger on creating the company, and the time we made the first sale, even to another state, was about 3 months. We made the first sale within maybe 2 months, and then we were making sales outside of Missouri within about 3 months. And so speed made all the difference in the world. And growing and growing and growing, and the ability to grow more and more always made people more interested in what we were doing. It made people less likely to want to compete with us. It made it more likely that we were going to exist. Another great example is the very first time I did an Armchair Telethon, which was even before there was the name Armchair Telethon, but we started with a virtual telethon that we did to raise money for the local community foundation for the COVID-19 relief effort. And from the time I had the idea at 1 o'clock on a Friday until it was over, it was not the next Saturday, but the next Saturday. So 8 days from the origination of the idea in my brain until we had raised over $32,000 or rather helped Community Foundation raise over $32,000. It was 8 days. And people thought it was crazy. People said I would fail. My wife at various points said, Sean, why don't you just cancel it? Why don't you just pull the plug? Why don't you set a later deadline? Even 3 days out, it was suggested that we do that. And then, of course, we had a huge successful event that ended up kickstarting this company. And now today, with Armchair Telethon, there are hardly 3 days that go by where somebody, often team members, are saying, why are we going so fast? Why are we expanding so fast? Why are we creating these plans where we're going to grow super duper fast? And it's the same thing. And here's the deal. I have an extremely fast growth plan for Armchair Telethon. We are going to grow absolutely as fast as we're able to maintain our quality, and that's an essential piece of it, maintaining the quality of what we do. But in that context, we will grow as fast as humanly possible, and the reason for that is because there's going to be competition. And one of the key ways we're going to keep competition out is by, well, one, sucking up as many of the customers as we possibly can, but building as big a reputation as we can, getting out there as fast as we can, and growing, and really creating a higher bar that people have to cross if they're really going to get in this industry and compete with us. The one thing, there are probably a few things, but one of the most powerful things we can control is how fast we move, how fast we make decisions, how fast we grow, how big we are willing to let ourselves get. And that just makes such a huge difference. And that's what we do with Armchair Telethon. That's what I've done with basically everything I've ever done professionally my entire life. And the vast majority of any success I have had goes back to the fact that I'm willing and able to move very, very, very fast. And that is what we will do, and that is why we will win. And that is why Armchair Telethon is going to be a massive national business. And for every dollar we earn as a company, we're going to raise 5 or 10 or more dollars for good causes. So we are literally going to raise hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars for good causes. We are going to change the world, and it's because of that fast growth. And so that's what we're going to do. That's a little bit of a share for you, and thank you for joining me. I'm Sean Spence, CEO of Armchair Telethon, and this is yet another installment of Armchair Diary, Story of an Entrepreneur.